Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's Dan here from Sports Cards UK, and in today's video we're going to be looking at the Topps Now cards I have purchased since getting into sports cards collecting and sports cards investing. Now, one thing that you may notice is that if you do follow me on TikTok, you'll know which cards I'm picking up from the Living Set and which cards I'm picking up from Topps Now. However, on YouTube, I don't actually show you these specific pickups. So I thought it'd be nice to show you some of the cards that I've been picking up from the Topps Now set in this video. If you'd like to see it, I might do a Topps Living Set collection in another video as well. But for those of you who maybe just watch my YouTube and haven't seen my TikTok before, these hopefully will be cards that you've never seen before, or also cards that you're picking up yourselves. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video and look at the collection. Okay, so there's actually quite a few cards to actually go over. I don't have them in any specific order, I don't think, but we have got some newer ones up at the top. So first of all, and I have actually, so just kind of a little really quick thought on the Topps Living Set. I've been picking up less and less of the Topps Living Set since the print runs have gone a little bit higher. Sorry, Topps Now. So I have been picking up less of the Topps Now set, maybe just like one or two cards here and there. It has become quite mainstream and the print run numbers have gone quite high. And I found myself almost wanting to invest in any rookie card that Topps was coming out with, which is a real, not issue, but it's something that you have to kind of check yourself and say, do I really know anything about this player, or am I just buying it because it's got a rookie card logo and I've got a bit happy or a bit excited by it? So I think since then I've been putting myself in check, making sure I know about who the players are, or picking up the card for a specific reason. So I'll explain the reasons why. But before, where I was picking up sort of 5 cards at once, these days I only pick up kind of 1 or 2, and I'm a bit more selective about my investing. So I'm trying to stick to that kind of 70% vintage or 70% proven legends, players that even if their career dipped towards the end, they're still widely recognised as one of the best players ever and have lots of good memories and lots of big fans and obviously coverage and importance. But with some of these newer players, anything can happen. So it is a bit of a risk, and you don't want to be kind of pumping 30 quid a week into each of these different players by buying 5 of these cards. So I have just been buying kind of 1 or 2 here and there. Now, the first one that we start off with is the most recent purchase of mine, which is the Florian Verts emphatic winner. So Florian Verts is obviously a very young, up-and-coming player. Very kind of exciting, 17 years old. Playing for Bayer Leverkusen, scoring goals. I mean, he looks absolutely brilliant. But then, so did Kai Havertz. So, and how well is he doing at the moment? So, and don't get me wrong, I still think Kai Havertz has got a lot of potential, a lot of ability. It's there. Same with Werner. But you come to the Premier League. If Florian Verts ever came to the Premier League and a similar thing happened, card prices will dip. So we'll have to see. Maybe the Bundesliga is a little bit easier than the Premier League. Probably is, but there we go. So that was that's the first card, is Florian Verts. Next up, we have the main man, Erlin Harland, or Haaland, as I think it's correctly pronounced. Youngster records 25 goals in 25 Bundesliga games, and this guy just scores goals for fun. He's unbelievable. So I really had to. I keep wanting to pick up cards of Erling Harland, especially with the sort of the stats and the records that he hits at the bottom. So really happy with that card. One of my favourite players, and I think he's going to be the new Messi or Ronaldo. Next up, I bought a couple of cards which I slightly regret. I probably could have done with just picking up one of these, but this is Matthew Hoppy. The reason I picked this up isn't necessarily because of Matthew Hoppy, or Schalke, because Schalke look like they're getting relegated this season. They've had an awful, awful season. But the reason I did pick this up is because of the title. So it's rookie becomes first American to score a Bundesliga hat-trick. Now, you'd think that had already been done, but it hasn't. And it happened on the 9th of January 2021. So that is kind of the reason I picked up a couple of those, is because the Americans are always hyped in a hobby. and it's quite a cool record to see on a card. So again, that's why I picked that one up. And speaking of Americans, I picked up one of these as well. So this is Tyler Adams, the right back for Leipzig. So he's a US international. Again, right backs, probably not the ones that you want to go for. You want to go for centre attacking midfielders. You want to go for strikers. You want to go for the goal scorers, really. But left backs, right backs, full backs have done pretty well. Trent cards have been doing well. We've seen Alphonso Davies cards do really well as well. Now, Tyler Adams, if you are looking for his rookie, you'd probably be looking at the Topps Chrome Bundesliga card. But that one is a good one to have as well. It's not his first Topps Now card, I believe. I think there's another one prior to that, but it was worth picking up one in my opinion. One to have for the World Cup, I think, as he will be a US international. Now, next up we have Ansufati. Now, this is another card where I picked it up because of the title, because of the reasoning. He's the first player to get 2 goals before turning 18, and presumably that's in the Champions League. Youngest player to get 2 UEFA Champions League goals before his 18th birthday. Not sure if it says who it was before that. It doesn't, but obviously Ansu Fati, he's coming back from injury. I've read a couple of articles where he's saying he's doing really well. The recovery is going really well. He's going to come back sooner than expected, which is good. And hopefully he's back in form again. I know a lot of people think that he is overrated. But I do think he is going to be one of the next best things, and I think he'll recover from the injury, and I think that particular card is a nice one to have. Now, next up, we have a Jaden Sancho. So I recently put this up on my Instagram. The reason I like this is because it says BVB Rookie, gets first Bundesliga hat-trick, so there's no rookie card on here. They've only recently been putting rookie cards on the Topps Now cards. But yeah, 31st of May 2020, this particular card came out. And yeah, Jaden Sancho absolutely balling, doing really, really well now. Hit a really good run of form, so hopefully we can bring him to the Euros, and he's gonna shine there as well. Now here's an example where I did actually pick up 5 of these, and the print run was stupidly high, but completely understandably. This is Mason Greenwood, and this is the rookie card of Mason Greenwood, and I believe as well this was the first Topps Now card ever to hit the rookie card logo. Especially for soccer, at least. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, because they did do them in baseball and Topps Now cards. Because I've got a couple of Acuñas and stuff from 2018. There's probably ones before that as well. But this was, I believe, the first card to have a rookie card for soccer or football. So yeah, these are all going off for grading. Mason Greenwood. I don't need to say much about Mason Greenwood. I think everyone is in agreement that he is going to have a really exciting future. I'd be interested to see United playing more as a striker. I know he does always want to shoot. You're always seeing him cut inside when he's on the wings, and he always wants to shoot before he wants to pass or cross the ball. So it'd be nice to see him as a kind of a striker. But obviously you've got Cavani at the moment. You've got Rashford. You've got other players that are fighting for that top spot. Now, another one from June of 2020. We've got an Erlin Harland last-minute winner. Pretty basic card, this one, nothing too special, but again, I just do like picking up as many Holland cards as I can. Now, an interesting one next, one I only got 2 of, which I understand a lot of people got way more than 2, is Youssoufa Moukoko. Now, the reason I only got 2 of these is because there was an earlier card, which I'll show you in a second. But in the space of kind of 2 weeks, I think Topps came out with about 4 different cards of Moukoko. But Harland did say Moukoko is one of the best players that he's ever played with. He's super, super young. I think he's only 17, 18. You might say on here. At 16 years and 18 days. So he's 16 years old, playing for Borussia Dortmund. And Borussia Dortmund have got kind of a thing of building up young players and then eventually selling them off. And I think Moukoko is going to be one of those. So he's a kind of a French striker currently playing for Dortmund that everyone is hyped up about. Now, I've got, I think, 4 in here in this thick top loader. And then 1 in here. And this is his rookie card. This was the 43,000, something like that. 40-something thousand print run. Huge numbers in terms of print runs for this card, that the value hasn't really gone up too much, as there's just so many of them. But in the future, I think it could be a good one to have. Now, next up, we have someone that I'm actually very excited about. Picked up a few cards of his, and this is Ryan Gravenbirch, the forward for Ajax, Dutch forward for Ajax. And this is him scoring the outside of the box screamer with the first Champions League goal. And what a goal that was. If you haven't seen that, definitely check out the highlights on YouTube. Ryan Gravenbirch, I think, is a brilliant young player that I think is going to have a big future. He's got everything. He's kind of tall, he's built, he's strong, great shot on him, great passing. So yeah, and then I think this was in the same week as the Gravenbirch. You also got Kareem Adeyemi, who is the 18-year-old for Leipzig, or Salzburg even. Now this is kind of where you can get a little bit caught up in terms of, you see 18-year-olds and you see rookie cards and they're forwards and you get a bit excited. I would say that's probably what's happened here in terms of me buying a couple of these. But I did read up, he is kind of supposed to be a starlight, or whatever the phrase is, term is. So I think Salzburg are pretty excited about his future. So I think it was worth picking up a few of those. And the print run wasn't too high, actually, on him. I think most people were interested in the Gravenbirch that week. Now, this is someone that I actually missed out on, and then did actually end up picking up. I think it was around Christmas last year. I don't think it was this year I picked these two cards up. But this is Jamal Masiala. So Jamal Masiala has just announced that he's now joining the German national team. I know a few people, I think, were maybe a little bit flabbergasted as to why he did that. But, I mean, he did live... I mean, he was born in Germany. I think his parents are German. I don't think he must have a little bit of English in him, but he was here for about 8-9 years, and he did play for the, I think it was under 21s England team, or might have even been a younger one than that, but it was a youth setup. Whilst he was playing for academy teams in England. I can't remember who the academy was now, maybe Chelsea, but someone let me know down in the comments. And now he's obviously at Bayern Munich, living in Germany, and it does make sense for him to play for Germany. It's a bit of a shame, as I would have liked to see him play for England, and he did score. I believe he scored again the other day in the Champions League. But yeah, very exciting young player. But next up, we do have someone that is playing for England in the centre mid position, and you've got Curtis Jones. Now, I had to pick a couple of these up at least. Curtis Jones, rookie card. English player, playing well, getting game time for Liverpool as well. Obviously Henderson's out now, so I don't know whether we'll see more of him. Liverpool have just been extremely unlucky with injuries this year, but it's interesting to see that they have got players like Curtis Jones, who I think the more game time we give them, the better, really. Now, this is a card that's probably the most profitable one I've seen, and this is the Pedro card. And this card skyrocketed in value, or not skyrocketed, but you could pick these cards up for £7.99, and they were selling consistently at £30 almost a week, 2 weeks after their release. So as soon as you can get them on the Topps website, prices rose. And I think what it was is, Pedro is obviously a brilliant player, but I think it's having Messi high five Pedro, and it's the whole picture. I think people just realised, hang on, this is like not a passing of a baton, let's say, but close to that. You've got the current best player in the world. Pedri's obviously very exciting, up and coming. Messi's very fond of him, has been speaking quite highly of him, and Fati. So I picked up 5 of these because I did believe in Pedro. I did pick them up directly from the Topps website. I didn't purchase any, thankfully, after the release. But a great player to own. And if you are interested in his rookie, a different one, you could go for his Mega Cracks rookie, or his 2021 season La Liga Este sticker, which you can still pick up relatively cheap. Now, another one that we have is another player that I do believe in, and this is Jude Bellingham. Got a nice assist the other day when he sort of passed the ball across to Harland, and Harland kind of came running at him like this. If you've seen that clip. But yeah, another young English player, up and coming. Obviously, has made his way into the Dortmund team. He's getting a decent amount of game time, and obviously he's linking up with Sancho as well, which is good to see as Bellingham's a centre midfielder. And he previously, I think, used to play for Birmingham prior to the move. I think he's a Birmingham lad himself as well. Oh, there's another one there. So I picked up 5 of those, and then this was his original. So that was his second Topps Now rookie card, and this was the first. So I know the print run was pretty high on these. I know plenty of people picked these out. I think Steve at the Football Stop ended up picking up a ton, which to me makes complete sense, because yeah, I kind of wish I picked up more, but I mean 5 is more than enough for me. I really just want 1 for the collection and then 4 for investing. And then just another Ryan Gravenbirch for some reason that's kind of crept its way into the bottom of the pile there. But there we go. So that is my Topps Now collection. Now, probably most of those would be for investments. I'd say almost 100% of those are going to be for investments. And the ones that I picked up multiple of purely is because I think they're good cards and I can make a decent amount of return on those. Or when I picked up 2, it's probably 1 for the PC and then also 1 for investing as well. So out of that entire set or entire list or amount of cards that I've just shown you, there's really not going to be that many I keep, I can imagine. I'm trying to keep as little cards as I can, build up a really small PC, and try and really just sell everything that I have later down the line. So none of these will get sold anytime soon, I can imagine. That's the nice thing about Topps Now cards, is they are all wonder kids. But yeah, that is currently my Topps Now collection. Now I did mention at the beginning of the video, I'm more than happy to do a living set collection video as well. I don't think it's as extensive as the Topps Now, as I do believe Topps Now is better to actually have the photos of the players than a kind of a artist's impression. But if you would like to see that, then drop a comment down below, do let me know, and yeah, I'd be happy to do that. So there we go. I hope you did enjoy this particular video. If you'd like to see more collection videos from my channel, do let me know. If you've got kind of any ideas of videos that you'd like to see, by all means drop them down in the comments and I'll have a look, and hopefully we can do those. And yeah, if you did enjoy it, please do drop a big like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks very much.